February 18, 2025, on a Tuesday, a quarter to 4 or 4:45. No, it can't be 4:45, 3:45 p.m. Hell yeah. Dell Taco, hell yeah. I had a lot of choices today. A bunch of choices. I said, do I really want to sit in a restaurant? Of course, I could have sat in Dell Taco, but I decided to go a little bit faster. I did go backwards a little bit because I did have iced coffee today, but I decided to get me a small iced coffee from Dell Taco. Actually, it's the regular size. I don't know what I did with my receipt, but it came to $9 and some change, and I got two burritos, two of the newest burritos. As soon as they came out on advertisement on TV, I said, you know what? Sooner or later, I'm going to have to try it out. And it was better that I did it sooner, like right now. You know, we already do know. Well, maybe some people don't. The Dell Taco a little bit came from Taco Bell. Taco Bell was formed right here in Downy, California. Orange County, I believe, San Gabriel area in 1961. And there was a guy, a service guy, I guess he knew him well, I don't know. But he worked with him for a couple of years, a few years, and decided to open up his first shop, Dell Taco, in Yermo, 1964. You go past Yermo when you go past. Actually, you go past Barstow first. Barstow Station, where they have all the fast food restaurants. You go there. And usually you pass right by Yermo pretty quickly. There are a couple other restaurants out there. But can I really separate the two with the choice of food? Yes, you can. Can I say one is better than the other? I used to when I didn't know any better because I was a Taco Bell person specifically, but I am partial to both. Actually, I've been going to Del Taco more than I've been going to Taco Bell. By and large, just right. I know that there are some differences in how they make the food because there was only certain things I used to get from Taco Bell, and it never was beef. But it's the same way with Del Taco. I don't get the beef, but I do like. Some people do complain that Del Taco's portions are smaller, but then again, for the money, you get a lot. I think it depends on what you buy because you do get filled up. I did get the hot scorcher. What type? I always want the very hot. I don't necessarily have to use them, but I wanted them. The two burritos, the bean and rice burrito. You know, I didn't eat no breakfast today. I was very busy doing paperwork, getting finances together. I might well tell the truth. I still got to do my taxes. I have to find out where I can get some financing just like everybody else. Because they overtax married people. And that's why I'm eating Dell Taco. I mean, I could, you know, do a little bit better, but I mean, if that's my excuse, then so be it. That's my excuse. However, I'm also getting my other vehicle fixed, and it's cost just as much as my taxes. But I can't let stuff like that bother me when I'm trying to go forward, when everyone else is trying to put us down, trying to make us poorer than what we are. But I'm going to enjoy myself. Dell Taco. Usually I eat them for breakfast. You know, you can even get this for breakfast. But usually I get something a little different. Oh, I'm dropped the rice. It's okay. So I'm going to eat my rice and bean first. Well, I'll try to make a mess. As you can see, there is some bean and rice. Vegetarian. Beans are always good for you. Don't never, don't never let no one tell you it's not. They all have protein. They're good for you. Maybe I should taste just a little bit. Now they wrap differently. That one kind of fell out. But this is the chicken burrito. The chicken burrito. It looks a little fatter. Let's take a bite out of this. You have to really look in it real well to see the chicken, but it's in there. And it's very good. What I like about these two right now, they're under $3 a piece. And it definitely is enough to fill you up. Hell yeah, huh? So, can you really say Taco Bell versus Del Taco, or Del Taco versus Taco Bell? I'm sure a few people can. My receipt. Both burritos. Oh, okay. Now, this is kind of strange though, because the bean burrito is $2.49. That's like 51 cents under. But check this out. The chicken burrito is $2.99. Ah, $2.99. That's under $3. Anyway, and my iced coffee was $2.39. Came to $7.87. Subtotal tax 81 cents. Come to drive-through total $8.69. $8. Okay. Well, I think it's wrong. It really is. Oh yeah, it was. I gave $9. So it came to $8.68. $8.68 for all three of these things. Now I started to get something else, like a quesadilla, because that's what I get at the other place, Taco Bell. I get the cheese quesadilla and I get the chicken quesadilla. And it's no different here. I get the same thing. Now, I remember Taco Bell had the 7 layer, which was a vegetarian burrito, and that's all I used to buy all the time. I'm serious. Years ago, I used to buy it all the time in the 80s, in the 90s, whatever year. Up until the 2000s, I always get the quesadilla and the 7 layers. So I used to buy a lot. I used to get either the cheese quesadilla or the chicken quesadilla with the 7 layer and a drink, maybe. It's the same thing with Dell Taco here. Except I do a little bit differently than what I normally do. But nevertheless, what did I do with my straw? Oh, yes, right here. I still use straws sometimes. Well, this one you have to use a straw because you have to push it in. I don't care what type of straw it is. You want to bring back plastic straws, so be it, because a lot of people still are using plastic straws anyway. Some people use the actually plastic straws you can use over and over again if you want to. Sometimes I get straws and don't even use them. I keep them around because you might need a straw for anything. But the recycled paper, I would say that the paper doesn't last long. It's almost like you have to drink up your drink quite fast, otherwise it will get mushy. But with the straw, it never will get mushy. It might crack. I'll pop some coffee in my face. But that's a different kind of coffee taste. I haven't had I haven't had an iced coffee from them, Dell Taco, that is, in a very long time. Now, I think it was about a year and a half ago, I said, let me try Taco Bell's coffee. Because I thought Taco Bell had coffee, but they didn't have no iced coffee. They had hot coffee. But then all of a sudden, by the stroke of the world, maybe science in the atmosphere, that they started selling iced coffee again. But Taco Bell's iced coffee wasn't exactly that good. But I believe it was depending on who makes it. But this iced coffee has a different taste altogether. Let me taste it again. I'm not using no special effects. That's why I'm live. I could have got soda pop. This is sweet. Of course it is. Let me put a little hot scorcher on here. Of course, I did say Del Taco and other stuff that's going down in our country. We know about the bankruptcies. We know about closing the stores. We know about shenanigans. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Well, you already know I'm a senior citizen. Do you think I want someone to be fooling around with my Social Security? Hell no. What in the world is going on around here? You don't know what's going to happen to your loved one, your parents, if they're still around, grandparents, great grandparents who are already getting it. What are they planning on finding out that they already don't know? You tell me. What is wrong with them moving fast? It's just like we go to war, okay? Some of you who just been around do not understand. But it takes Congress. They don't do it right away. They take their little time. Then they declare war, okay? You should not be taking your time to do anything. You should not ever be taking your time. You should be checking out the solutions to make sure that everyone is getting their money, whoops, so that they can enjoy food without starving. Mm, mm, mm. But enough of that little bit. I found out something new while I was setting up my live here. So I bought my trusty tablet. It's covered. KFC, baby. It seems, you know, I usually do look for stuff to talk about because that's what you're supposed to do. And you know, KFC has been around quite a long time. Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. KFC is moving. They're moving from Kentucky. My Lord, everybody's moving. And I'm going to have to read some of this because a lot of people's lives are still at stake, regardless if it's the government that's screwing it up or franchises that feel that they have a more better handle on how it treats its employees. KFC is moving its headquarters to Louisville. Oh, I was going to say to Louisville. That's where they're coming from. From Louisville to Plano, Texas. Their KFC is moving to Plano, Texas. The whole headquarters. The parent company, Yum, of course you heard that before. There is a conglomerate that owns some other franchises. Is calling remote workers back to the office. So many employees, it says, have been thinking the location of their corporate headquarters due to lower taxes and changes to office space needs. I got this from CNBC. I don't know, so maybe thousands and thousands of millions have already heard about it, but not me because I wasn't watching the news. But I'm looking at my tablet. So it could be a good move for some. Of course, if you were single You know what? It would be even hard person for a single. Suppose you already got your roots down already. Suppose you already done bought a house as a single person, and then you got to move to plain old Texas. You're moving from the bluegrass. It's Kentucky the bluegrass state? Hmm, I think it is. Well, if it's not, I give it a try. Oh boy. So what's the other reason? I guess that's the main reason. So yeah, KFC is gonna move to plain old Texas. Well, they're moving from a very cold state when it snows on the ground. I'm sure it snows a lot there in Kentucky. I think I went across the border in Kentucky when I was a little bitty kid. I can't quite remember because most of my family was from Nashville. But I still don't know that much. But it's on the radar. But plain old Texas, I think it snows in Texas a little bit. I know they have a lot of volcanoes in Texas. They do have them in Tennessee too, and maybe Kentucky. And we do get a couple of volcanoes here in California. I think there was a microburst somewhere nearby, tore the roof off the sucker, right? But what can I say? Moving to Plano, Texas. Now, I've been to Texas, beautiful state. I like to go back. I've never been to San Antonio, but I've been to Dallas. Yeah, I've been to Dallas. Fort Worth. Yeah. I think I've been to Fort Worth. What's the other one? Oh man, it's the one where they had what they have. Anyway, down there by Houston. That's where I went. Houston, I believe. Yeah, I've been to Houston a little bit. Very beautiful place to go. However, I hope they use the same ingredients. They probably will, because it's a secret. I heard they got some new chicken sandwiches out. Heck, I remember one time when KFC was even selling fish sandwiches for a short while. I think it was a project of theirs many years ago, back in the, let me see what year that was. I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s. One of them weeks in there, don't get me wrong. I was going to the one over there on Vine, on Vine between Sunset and Melrose. The Melrose, yeah, Sunset. Maybe it was Santa Monica. Well, anyway, between those streets there. In fact, at the same time, I believe they had a little bitty Greyhound bus station there that I used to go to when I worked for the phone company. Greyhound bus station was right across the street. Man, with all the days, the bus just pulls in at a little bitty square, one bus at a time, and comes out on Vine. Goes down the small street, make a U-turn, goes around a little station, the Hollywood station. You know what's there now? McDonald's. They tore that down. They tore that whole block down. There was a soul food place that was gonna open up right there. It was there for a whole year, but not open. But they were gonna open. It never did open. That was right down the street on the Greyhound bus station. It's been a soul food place. It never opened, but I never got a chance to taste it. But I do go to McDonald's back then a lot on Vine. Everything was on Vine, especially Sunset Vine. Yeah. In fact, they even had a Greyhound bus station in Palm Springs the same way, but I didn't know much about Palm Springs. I just got off the bus, looked around, maybe went to Denny's or someplace like that, then got back on the bus. I was just exploring. Trying to find someplace else to live, maybe. Could have. But people, changes are happening. KFC still moving around, in and out. Oh man, just what I found out again while I was driving to Dell Taco about an hour ago. In Arcadia, actually is Monrovia. If you go under the freeway, then you in almost Arcadia, but actually part of the freeway, it depends on if you're going east or west. But if you're going east of Arcadia, you're in Monrovia. And where there used to be a Black Angus restaurant, for some years ago, and it finally tore down the building. I think I did a video of that. Not to actually tear down the building, but the lot where the tractors were making all kinds of noise, right across from Banana Bread. It's gonna be an In-N-Out. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna take the whole spot. They've already tore up the ground, the whole parking lot. The buildings are gone. It's flat. At least they had the courage to put a sign out there, so I won't be guessing what's gonna be there. So it's gonna be an In-N-Out. I was talking about In-N-Out the other day, but I didn't know In-N-Out was gonna be right there. Now there's already, you know what? There's practically In-N-Out. Well, I ain't gonna say in every city, but in quite a few cities here. There's an In-N-Out in Pasadena, on Foothill, and there's gonna be In-N-Out right here on Route 66. I wonder if they're gonna put another restaurant there, or will they take the whole thing, maybe turn it to a restaurant, maybe? This is my guess. Or will they have another franchise there to share? Maybe they have the whole parking lot, maybe be big. I know In-N-Out do want to expand, have more people inside, probably. I think that's in the works. Because if you go on Wikipedia or any of those other sources, you will see each year that they try to make some kind of difference. Now, that's all the franchises. First time they have a drive-through. First time they have a walk-up. First time they walk inside of a restaurant. First time they sell ice cream. Did you know Taco Bell sold burgers when they first started? And I believe they had a different name or they bought another company. I remember something called Noggles. It wasn't around very long. Maybe they dissolved it. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, let me eat. I know it got kind of lukewarm, but it's still delicious. A lot of people are losing their home through disasters, and a certain party doesn't want to give aid to those that are hurting. Can you really say what a country? The richest country on earth making us pay for no reason at all. When you have the wrong people in the wrong places, when you have the wrong people talking like they're very stupid, when you have people doing things, testing the system, and you allow it, well, we're going to survive it. Believe me, we're going to survive it. And believe me, it won't be no shenanigans going down. Me personally, I want to make sure that everyone is being treated right. If it was me, the country should not be that stingy. Of course, there's a lot of homeless here. Could have done something with that. Of course, I would hate to think like the other countries, what they do with their homeless. But change has got to come. When you look at TV, you see how beautiful the other country's skyscrapers are. Immaculate skyscrapers compared to what we have in the USA. And you wonder how many of those people who built those structures, how much of a sacrifice have they given to build those structures and just get paid pennies a day? It is atrocious. There is no middle class. They said the middle class is dwindling. If I can afford to eat this, does that make me middle class? And that's why they tell you when you first started working to save every penny you got. That's if if you can keep a job. But those of you that don't have to worry about that because you have enough to fall back on, you know what I'm trying to say. Franchises are being born, franchises are being torn down, franchises survive, businesses survive, paychecks are small, they should have been larger. And now, because someone has more money than everybody else, I'm put in charge. So what are you saying? You're gonna buy the United States? That ain't gonna happen. Because I'm sure I got people talking for us. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. You can go backwards all you want to. There's a lot of people dying because you don't want to give aid. It's the first time in my life, at my age, that I'm seeing something like this. When back in the day when I was very young and I had to watch all that silver stuff on TV to make you want to jump through the TV set. And you ain't but 0 to 10, 0 to 14, 0 to 20, 0 to 30. And then we're coming all the way back around. America is still a young country. So why are we going so far backwards? I'm going to finish my burritos. I'm praying that all those people who got let go stand your ground. They talking about unions can't do. Yeah, unions can still do something. They can still have a voice. Everyone has a voice, no matter how rich or poor you are. Because if you're beyond rich, I'm sure it's not everybody. But if you're beyond rich, you know what I'm talking about, you need a kick in the butt. You need to go back where you come from. And when they say we the people, you better watch out. I have nothing to do with it. I've seen what's happened before as a young kid, as a young man, now as a grandpa. It doesn't matter how many kids. It doesn't matter if you never had kids. Whether you're single or married, you know you're getting ripped off when you're married because they say if you're married, you're supposed to get a little bit of break. None of us get any breaks. It seems like you do better when you have kids and not married, especially if you're a woman or a guy. Because now the tables are being turned. I don't care what they say. When you're wrong, you're wrong. The judges better be glad that a lot of us didn't become judges. The check and balances better start working right now for us. And I mean what I say. A lot of those judges we don't vote for. We don't vote for none of them. They're appointed. I don't care if they're conservative, liberal, or whatever. You do what's fair. You don't have to let someone else, like they just walk in there and run you over and say, you can't be here anymore. They don't even know you. They don't know you. So why should we know them? This is Robin and Sean. Dell Taco, two burritos, and other stuff that's going down. America is beautiful. But we don't need no one who doesn't really like this country. And we don't want jackasses telling us what to do. This is Robin and Sean. I'll see you in my next video, folks. Have a great day. Do the best you can to make yourself great. That's the least you can do, is make yourself greater than those who are falsely claiming that this country is great.